Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Breaking Bets, episode 13. Today, jam-packed show. NBA starting up, NHL frozen frenzy a couple days ago. And without further ado, we have our first guest appearance, Adam Cook from the FATBOYZ card industry. Best cards in the damn game. We're going to be interviewing him. We're going to get some knowledge into the card atmosphere.
The card market.
Card market. Hopefully everyone in the card industry, gives him a nice follow, buy some cards for him. He got the best deals in the game. You see the reviews all the time, 5-star reviews.
Peep the shirt, FATBOYZ sports cards.
Rip responsibly.
All right, man. Let's get into it. How'd the card business start?
So for me, I was collecting sports cards since I was like 5 or 6 years old. Just loved them. Loved everything about it. Kind of fell out when I got older, where the market wasn't such a big deal and the hobby was kind of at a standstill. And then, like COVID hit and the market started becoming alive again and the hobby kind of got back. And you started seeing all these, dudes buying cards, selling cards left and right. So I started getting back into it. And then, a little bit last year, or January this past year, decided to get into the actual sports card business side or industry of it and start our own business, which is FATBOYZ Cards. It was kind of a hunch move. Me and my buddy Tim decided to run with it because we loved cards. So there's a lot behind it that we had to figure out and we've learned along the way.
Nice.
I just wanted to ask, though, because I know just from watching you guys do the live streams and stuff, the card market's volatile as hell, it seems like. Like, how do you maneuver through the challenges of the volatility and, keeping your business going through, the hard times and then obviously the good times?
So that's a great question because that is the number one thing that's going on right now in the sports card business and industry is the card market is way down. For us, we've always been known in the business and in the industry that we've created here that, we're the fairest, honest people. People come to support us because we're not in it to make money like some of these other big breakers are where they're walking away some nights saying, ha, I just brought in $2,000 on a break when a case of cards, and we'll get into that in a little bit, cost $3,000. Where me and Tim, we've come to the conclusion where it's, hey, if we can walk away with a couple $100 in our pocket after shipping, and get people cards they want, teams they PC, then we feel good about it. But getting back to it, Robert, with the volatility of the market, you really have to be wary of who you're investing in. I'm going to call out Music here, for example, because he would come into our streams and he'd always ask us, if we got any Wander Franco cards. At the time, when he was looking to collect Wander, he was a great investment.
Used to be my favorite player.
Phenomenal. Guy was a freak. Guy was a freak athlete.
Hate him.
Freak on both ends now.
It tells you a lot. It tells you a lot about Nick Music that his favorite baseball player was Wander Franco.
Yeah, but at the time, you're talking about guys' cards that were selling for $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Hitting some of his rookie cards, you just got paid. And you made a nice little change. Now, for guys that did invest in guys like Wander, those cards that were $500, $600, $700 are now worth, luckily, $5, $10 if you're lucky to find someone who actually buys them.
Worthless. $0.
There is, for me with the vulnerability of the market, I play it by sport. We're a big baseball, big football stream where baseball market is down right now because people aren't investing in baseball. There's only 2 teams left. It's the World Series. People know who's won Rookie of the Year. People know who's won MVP. So the market's kind of slow on baseball where football is more mainstream. People looking for those rookies. People are stashing those rookies. Another example, AR. Cards were selling really high. Guy goes down with an injury, you start seeing that market tilt real quick. And, that's the scary part about investing in sports cards is it could be tomorrow night where your card just went from $100 to $5.
So, follow-up question, because you just brought that up about now baseball's dying down. So, throughout the year, January to December, the card market as a whole, is it good just because you always have a sport going on and the sport changes and that's what makes it volatile? say, like you were just saying, before the NFL season, and it was prime baseball, and I guess NBA going into June, the market as a whole is still good because there's two sports going on, but those sports are just booming at the time? Or does the entire market go through slow stretches?
So, like, right now, the whole market's in a down stretch. A lot of it has to do with people not having, extra money in their pocket to, invest in certain players unless it's just guys that they personally love to collect. Like I've said in the past, for me, I buy Matt Stafford stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. That's the guy I like to collect. But, like I said, right now, the market is way down. And, cards aren't selling for what they were selling for a year ago or even 6 months ago. To go back to it, from January to December, there's always people buying cards. It's just, you have to be careful with it because if you can't afford to, buy into these breaks, buy cards, it becomes really dangerous. And it can be, financially crushing for certain people. And, baseball is always big. Baseball is probably the number one sports card seller. Like, basketball is going on right now. The one guy anybody wants in basketball is Victor Wembanyama. There's no argument about it. This guy's cards were selling for, $4,000 or $5,000, his first autos, if not more.
Not to interrupt, but you just mentioned Victor Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. Did the stock price go down since he kind of fouled out the game last night?
I mean, not that I'm aware of.
Does that affect anything, like a game-by-game basis?
Sometimes it can. It could go, literally weekly with certain players. Victor's still high because he doesn't sign autographs in a ton of the basketball product, and there's not a ton of basketball product out. His big seller was Bowman Chrome U, which is a college-based, for basketball, it was a college basketball card. But for him, it was his, overseas team where he played for. And you could only, if you bought that team, you were just chasing an autograph. Or like a rookie card, which is called a super short print, which is not in every pack, is not in every box. And those cards alone, just getting his rookie were like $250, $300 at the time. Cards are going to stay high because he still played well. Even though he fouled out last night, the guy has so much hype behind him. To go back to basketball, the biggest hype that I've seen in the basketball in the last couple of years was Zion. And his cards at the time were, astronomically high. As you've seen, the guy did nothing real quick. And his shit plummeted real fast.
Hasn't played a full season in 3 years.
No, he's too fat.
I actually have a question. Do you ever think about expanding your card business to beyond sports, like Pokemon, all that? Because we've seen Pokemon skyrocket in the past, especially 2 years ago.
For us, not really. I never got into Pokemon. It wasn't something I ever collected, but there is a lot of high-end collectors out there that just collect Pokemon. And they can pull some crazy shit out of that, which is big money. But for us, I don't know the product. I don't know any of the characters or anything like that. I stick to the major sports because I could sit here all night and tell you something about that guy that we just pulled an autograph of. Where Pokemon, it's tricky. But that market's probably, at times better than sports because it's a different avenue to kind of advance into. We haven't thought about expanding into that direction.
I only ask because I'm big into collecting Pokemon cards, and that market's constantly going up and down with cards.
Yeah, all the time.
I feel like the Pokemon thing and Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like those cards are big too because it's a game. You can play with them, but
right.
Sports cards, you just collect them.
And then that's absolutely it. In sports cards, it's collectors. You look at these cards and, you love them or you don't. And you just try to sell them, try to get some money back sometimes. Where you guys are absolutely right with that avenue. People do play them. But even with certain Pokemon cards, if you pull one of those cards, that thing doesn't get touched.
You want it CG graded.
Yeah, your PSA, SGC, any of those grading companies, you want that in a slab. And a lot of guys are going to try to sell it. Because you're not really going to play with the Charizard, for example. People don't do that. It's interesting to think about, but something to think about.
So, Adam, could you just explain to the viewers at home that don't know what you guys do at FATBOY Cards about, the breaks?
Yeah, so absolutely. So there's multiple different ways about what we do, which is card breaking. So basically, we purchase a case, which consists of a number of boxes of a certain product. Most recently we just did a Tier 1 baseball break, which was 12 boxes in the case. And the basics behind that is if a case costs you, say, $2,000, you want to price out all 30 baseball teams, at or above that price, where certain teams, for example, like the Arizona Diamondbacks, they might be a $300 team in this product due to Corbin Carroll and the people that they have signing in those cards, compared to, like the Brewers, who don't really have any big rookies. They have a few that aren't really selling high. But so basically buying into a break is you're buying a team in a case or a box of sports cards, and you will receive all of those cards from that team. That's one way of doing it. We also went into what we call as pick your player breaks this summer, where we'd have 2 cases of a product, and you would literally buy that player. So, for example, people could buy just Corbin Carroll. Any Corbin Carroll card we pulled, they received. Now, you wouldn't get the entire Diamondbacks team, but it would just be that guy. Those are the 2 that we've stuck to, because we've been able to be competitive and fair in pricing compared to some of the big boys that, just try to rob people of their money for their breaks.
Yeah, you don't go with the big
great
boys.
question.
You don't go with the big boys. You always go with the fat boys. That's the motto around here.
Fat boys cards.
Fucking automatic. Yeah, so I have another question. You mentioned the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're hot in the market right now. Football, basketball, you can name any team, baseball. For those people trying to get into the sports world, what are some teams, players that you should be going for in the market right now?
Great question.
If we're talking baseball, not even talking rookies in the MLB right now, the biggest one, if you can invest cheap, get his cards on a steal, is Jackson Holiday. Baltimore Orioles, guys climbed up to AAA this year, got drafted this past year. His stuff's flying. One of the best investments to make for baseball would be a guy like him. Now, personally for me, when I look at investing in baseball, I kind of dive in. I look at top 100 prospects lists, and I kind of make my own judgment calls. It's tough. I've taken beatings. For example, last year I ended up buying into a lot of Jeremy Pena's cards. He was the shortstop for the Astros. I read a report saying that he was the next Carlos Correa. So I was like, all right, his stuff's really cheap. Let me buy into him. Nobody was really talking about him. He's kind of under the radar. The guy won World Series MVP, and I was able to turn a little bit of a profit on that. But, it's so different with baseball because it's so volatile. And some guy could get called up, tonight during the season, hit a home run, his cards go through the roof, but then he stinks the next week, and his cards start plummeting down to earth. But if you're looking at investing in certain guys right now, not named the big boys like Jackson Holiday, Marcelo Mayer for the Red Sox, guys I like to look at, like Drew Gilbert. He just got traded to the Mets this past offseason. Young kid, looks pretty good. The Rangers have some nice young kids. Evan Carter, who just got called up a couple months back, lighting it up in the postseason right now. So it's really, you got to kind of look at your own information. You don't want to listen to other people, because when other people are telling you who to invest in, their cards are already here. You want to kind of find that diamond in the rough and take your own judgment calls on it. I would never push anybody to say, hey, this is who you should invest in. Football-wise, the best-selling position is quarterback. Any of the rookie quarterbacks right now, Stroud sells big money. AR still selling for some good money. Quarterbacks are the biggest sell positions. Running backs are great, but you can see they only have a certain window. So you got to, if you're going after Bijan, and you're investing in him, look to sell him when you can. For example, I could tell you right now, Bijan's cards are probably slightly down after last week's game. That's just how football works. Football's a weekly thing. If some guy comes out, drops 450 and 4 touchdowns, his card's going to spike. CJ Stroud's cards have spiked because he's looked that good. Basketball-wise, it's tough. We don't do a ton of basketball. Obviously, Victor, Scoot Henderson, guys like that, people looking for. Hockey, I could give you the biggest one. It's Connor Bedard. Anything you pull a Bedard, it's going to sell right away. It doesn't matter if it's a regular rookie card or an autograph. It's easy money in your pocket. So,
yeah.
But like I said, and I've said this to a lot of my followers, I can't tell you who to invest in. It's totally your call. I could sit there all night and say, hey, buy Jackson Holiday, buy this guy. But I don't know as much as the next guy next to me of what's going to happen with the sports card market being so volatile and, players' careers. I'll use another example. I don't know if you guys know Andrew Jones. His son was drafted last year, like second pick of the draft. He was a big chase early on in one of the baseball products we opened. And within a couple weeks, stuff came plummeting down. He was struggling in the minors, got banged up. He's fallen down the top 100 list when this was a guy that was top 5 around the season start. His stuff's not selling where it was. So it's really tough. If you're buying teams, buying breaks, and you're hitting guys like that, I would sell, personally.
I just got a question. Like, when you're talking about the guys like Victor Wembanyama and stuff selling for so high already, I was just thinking, it was a thought that came. Do you think you're better off, while the hype's so high to buy the Victor cards, to invest in the Brandon Millers of the world, the Scoot Henderson, stuff like that, like the other guys who aren't getting the attention Victor is? Because their cards are probably half his price, realistically, where they probably have just as much potential to be All-NBA one day or a Hall of Famer. Like,
no, you're absolutely right. You know, the toughest part is like the media plays a big factor. Social media, Instagram,
of course,
all of these things. You know, you see Victor everywhere. Doesn't matter. The guy could be walking down the street. Somebody's taking a video of him, talking about him on SportsCenter. Nobody's talking about Scoot. Nobody's talking about Brandon Miller. You have a great point there where when people aren't talking about them, you know, taking a risk and investing in cards like that, that's a great move because we don't know. Victor could come out tomorrow night and blow out his knee, and the Rookie of the Year is now up for grabs, and Brandon Miller's the guy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you're instead of investing so much into Victor, spread it out among these other rookies, because at the same time, like you were saying earlier, investing in these cards now is like could be a big financial burden, especially for the Victor Wembanyama or the Jackson Holiday.
You know, and that's the other thing with Victor, right? Like, his cards are so high right now where you kind of have to look at it with a little bit of logic in your head of being like, how much higher is this guy's card going to get?
Yeah,
is he going to be the next LeBron James? Like, you don't know. It's, you know, that's the tricky part behind it. For me, it's like, I love what I'm doing. I have so much fun hanging out with the boys in the chat and, you know, opening cards because it was always a passion of mine. And I PC certain guys because financially it can become a burden if I'm buying a guy that's $1,000 card who then tomorrow blows out his knee. And now that card's worth pennies on the dollar. So there is a big risk when it comes to these things. So that's a great question.
So what else do you guys do over at FATBOY Cards? Do you guys sell like single cards or whole packs, or you just gotta pick a team and do the breaks?
So we do a lot of things. The biggest issue that we're having right now is obviously getting product. We're only able to get, you know, certain amount of cases of a card or boxes of a card. But we do a little bit of everything. We will run some single shows where we will sell PSA slabs and SGC slabs and things like that, or just like singles, like, you know, rookies, autos, things like that. So we do sell a lot of that, whether it's on Whatnot or on our eBay or things like that. We do have some guys that come into stream. They'll grab like personal boxes, which is just them purchasing a whole box of cards. I open up all the packs live on the stream, sleeve them up, top load them, all that, make sure everybody's cards are safe. We do some packs. I think normally when we get some hockey product, we do a lot of packed out things. We just basically, if a box of hockey cards is, you know, $120 and there's 10 packs per box, due to the fees and everything that comes into effect, you know, each pack, we try to keep it as cheap as possible. We'll try to get, you know, $16, $17 a pack. That's about $170, about $120, you know, after fees and shipping. We're probably walking away with like $15, $20 on a personal box. You know, that's the tough part. But we do venture out into all different avenues. So there's different things we can talk about with the sports cards.
I just wanted to bring this up because it does seem important to you. And it's not a question, but you could elaborate if you want. It seems like, and I've been in the presence when you've done your live streams. It's pretty cool how you're building relationships with these guys. Like, the way you talk about it, like, outside of this podcast before, they seem like you're actually like, kind of friends with them now. Like, it's just kind of cool. Like, just through doing these live streams, breaking these boxes, you're making all these connections with guys with similar interests, like the same passion you got.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, when I got into the hobby, it wasn't just about opening cards and, you know, trying to make money. I love building a community. People come into my streams just to say what's up to us. What's up, FATBOYZ? What's up, Adam? I have guys that will sit in my stream all night just to hang out, just to listen, just to watch cards. And you're absolutely right. I do have some buddies that I now consider friends. I have a few guys that live down in Texas. Shout out to my man Wild in Denver. I got other guys that hang out in my stream. My man CM, my man Boogie. These guys rock with me. all night long. We could be live for 8 hours trying to fill a break, but they'll literally sit in there to make me not, lose my mind. And we just hang out. We'll talk sports, like talk about people's lives. Like I get to know these guys on personal bases where, for some of these guys, I've actually hooked them up with, personal items, personal collections. Gave one of my buddies a Troy Aikman picture, shipped out a Tony Dorsett autograph picture, and hooked up another buddy of mine with a Reggie Jackson autographed jersey. For me, it's not just a business. I mean, personally, I love sitting there, just enjoy talking sports and hanging out with people that, and share the same interests as myself. Whether we're opening cards or not, people know that, FATBOYZ is cool. We're here to chill. I'm not in this industry to ever kill somebody, to make somebody feel like shit after a break. And that's our biggest thing is it's all about, kind of making a family with this chat where, when I end these streams at night, I got guys texting me saying, hey, dude, long night, man. Appreciate you staying on with us. Or, writing reviews for us saying, how great we are and how fair and honest we are. And that's what my name is in this hobby, is that we're the most fair and honest people. We're going to tell you straight up how it is. If we price out a team at $250, I'll tell you straight up, listen, you got a big risk here. If you don't hit one of that guy's cards, it's probably a $240 loss. But yeah, that was a great question, Cabral, and that's what we're here for. We're not just about making money. We're here to make relationships with people that I can actually, end streams, talk throughout the day with, whether it's on Instagram or text, and actually have a connection with these guys. So.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. I mean, you were saying how, like, you love to do it and all that stuff, talking sports with the boys, and I think that's one of the main reasons why we started this podcast. We're not doing it to, blow up on TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. We're doing this because, we genuinely enjoy sports. We like talking about it. So, why not, try and make something of it, building a community of it, Right. Everyone wants to talk sports these days, and, all you're talking, you're talking in a group chat, you're talking in the barbershop, you're talking, everywhere with the boys. So why not expand that community out to, all across the United States,
and like for us is we dove into a market that is oversaturated with card breakers. You've got big name breakers that will sit there all night, I'm talking tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product on hand. And they're going to blow smoke up your ass. They're going to jazz it up, scream and yell, get super excited over a shitty autograph or a shitty numbered card or something that's going to make the chat be like, oh, that's amazing, when it's really not. But they blow it up in these people's heads where it's like, oh, that card was so sick, I got to drop another $1,000 in this break. Where I've even told people in my chats when we've had bad breaks, I'm like, guys, this fucking sucked. Like, I'm sorry. And people will be like, dude, it's not your fault. I'm like, it's not the point. Like, I want to rip and open good cards for you guys. I don't want to sit here and see, complete shit bums signing cards that shouldn't sign. And I'm not a guy that's going to sit there and blow smoke up anybody's ass and really, get the chat overly pumped up for bullshit. That's just not how we are. We're not bullshitters, And to go back to what you said, Safal, it's like, I started this business because I was tired of people walking away stealing thousands of dollars from people. I was doing the math. I was buying into breaks myself, buying teams, and I'm doing the math, and I'm like, that guy just brought in $7,000 on a case that was, $3,600. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So do the math. That's about $3,400 profit. Call it maybe it's 12% fees that the site might take from you. So $3,400. Call it about $3,000 after shipping costs. I don't know, $100, $200. The guy's walking away with $2,600, $2,500 easy in profit. And it's like, are you shitting me? Like, you're just a fucking scumbag. And that's like I said. I've closed up shop some nights when I've done football breaks, and I'm like, wow, I just should have bent over. That was how my night went. But we hit some good cards, and nobody walked away getting stiffed. Besides me, yeah, maybe we lost a little bit of money, but that's just how we do it. And that's why people come into my breaks, because they know I'm going to be a fair and honest guy. I'm not trying to fucking steal anybody's money, like I said. So, there's so many different avenues when attacking this market and building relationships with people that, I come to call friends, is they see me for who I am. I'm not someone who's going to sit there and bullshit you. I'm someone who's grinding. I have a regular job. I'm not like all these people that are live 24/7 and never get off and have multiple streams or chats where they have, like I said, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product. You know, I get a couple cases, and that's just how I roll with it, and I just like to have fun with the cards, and, you know, I'm just a regular guy that just enjoys being in this hobby and, you know, hanging out with good people.
Yeah, I love that about being nice with the viewers. I've tuned into a few streams before, and you're always cutting deals left and right, too. That's another big plus.
Yeah, and that's just like what we've done ever since the beginning I started up. You know, we might have prices that we said, hey, listen, this is the number we have to hit to, you know, walk away feeling okay. But I'm always cutting deals. As you just said, like, it's what I am. I'd rather get a break going in 2 hours than sit there and be like, no, fuck you. I'm going to sit here 10 hours because this is the number that I need to hit and I want to hit. And I've seen guys that do that. They'll continue breaks for like 5 or 6 days. It's like, for me, if I don't finish it that night, I'm going to finish it the next day. And at that point, I'm probably giving away some of the teams at prices that I probably shouldn't be due to the, you know, finances behind it all. But it's just not worth me wasting more time and feeling like I'm hurting anybody's paychecks. So I appreciate you saying that, Music. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have questions? Because I have a concluding one for Adam.
Yeah, so I have a question. So,
Keep them coming.
you know, I don't think college football is huge hype right now. I don't think for the past few years at least, I don't think we've ever seen college football better than what it is now. Mm-hmm. A lot of prospects, a lot of great teams. Obviously, you know, besides Caleb Williams, you know, you mentioned how quarterbacks are all the market in the sports card industry.
Yes, sir.
So obviously, the one behind Caleb Williams is Drake May.
Yep.
Do you think there's a chance like someone like Marvin Harrison or Brock Bowers that can elude Drake May in the market?
You know, the only guy that I would say is eluding Drake May in the market is going to be Travis Hunter, and I'll kind of explain that. So college football has obviously a big hype. There's a lot of diehard college football fans, but the biggest thing that's helped college football of late the last couple of years is the fact that they now have college football cards. So you have, you know, Bowman Chrome U, which is college football or college basketball cards of these guys. And it's considered, some of these guys' cards are considered their firsts. So it's like their first ever card. You know, for example, the other night we actually did a Bowman Chrome U break where we ran every team at $1. I started every team at auction for $1 and people bidded them up. And I always tell the guys, you guys set the market on what these teams go for. And going back to what Cefalo said there, we did hit a huge Travis Hunter autograph. I think it was to 50 or 75.
Damn.
It was like a $375 to $400 card. And during that break, I think that guy might have spent like $75, $80 on just getting all the Colorado cards. And we hit that banger for him. And the guy was stoked. And he deserved to be. It's like, hey, you know, you've been chasing Colorado all night, but it paid off. We hit that Travis Hunter card. It was big. Do I see people, you know, blowing up more than Drake May or even Sanders? Like, Sanders' shit is off the rails. His autographs go for stupid money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, they're like celebrities right now.
Well, yeah.
At the front row seats of Denver
Every
Nuggets
commercial,
game,
KFC.
all the commercials.
Yeah, I saw an ad
Yeah.
earlier.
It's like, so, like for you said Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison's stuff still sells really well. People love him. They know he's going to probably go in the first round this year. That's somebody that people are investing in. People are looking at Drake May. People are looking at Bo Nix just because he's, you know, Oregon Ducks has had a great season. You know, guy I like, if you can find cards in him, I don't know if he's in much of Bowman Chrome U, but like Troy Franklin, his wide receiver in Oregon, guy's electric. Think he's a freak. Don't be shocked to see him, you know, go potentially for a second round, and it could be a steal for somebody. You know, running back market's tough with college because it's so much like not everybody playing every snap. You know, besides a guy like Bijan who dominated at Texas and then carried it over to the NFL, which we've seen up and down so far, it's tough to judge. But I do think the boom in college football has really helped with Bowman Chrome U. They've had it for the last couple of years. It's just gotten licensed over the last 2 years, which means they actually have the college uniforms and college college numbers, college name on their helmet. Where in the past, I think it was like 2 years ago, they did have Bowman Chrome U cards, but it was just like, it'd be like Drake May with a white and blue helmet. So it wouldn't say North Carolina or anything like that. So that is also another big effect when it comes to the market, is actually having that official logo on a jersey or a helmet per se.
Yeah, that's big. I remember, not from your stream, from someone else's stream, I bought an O'Neal Cruz card, baseball card, and apparently it was it's just a black jersey. There's no Pittsburgh or P on it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't even
that
want
card's
that. I
pretty
wouldn't even
worthless.
want that.
Yeah, I thought it was a nasty card. It was green and everything.
That's another avenue to talk about. Because I
got scammed.
I remember you hit me up, Music,
Yeah,
after.
I got legit scammed.
And you were like, is this worth it? I was like, unfortunately, baseball, if you don't buy Topps or Bowman, there's cool cards, but there's not much value. There's no value.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you said. Panini doesn't own any baseball rights, so they can just be in a black uniform, black and yellow uniform. They can't say Pirates. They can't say the P on the logo, nothing like that. And that's exactly it, where, you might have went to a stream, the guy was like, oh, Running O'Neal.
Yeah, they were
Cruz
hyping
auction,
it. They were hyping it. I got
$10.
scammed,
This
dude.
card's an $85 fucking card. Like,
Pretty
let's get
much.
those numbers up.
Pretty much.
And people come in and do that, and then they go on, eBay or something, they're like, there's a fucking $25 card. Are you fucking kidding me right
Pretty
now?
much.
So even to kind of venture into that for a sec, that happens too. And I'm not just using Music here for an example. That happens with a lot of new guys that want to get into sports cards. They see deals like that. They think crazy shit. Oh, this guy's running auctions. And then they realize, oh, shit, I just spent $500 on cards that probably don't have any value to them. And for us at FATBOYZ, we don't do non-licensed product. For baseball, we do Topps in Bowman. For football, Panini is still licensed. Don't know what's going to happen with that in a couple of years. Obviously, Fanatics has now taken over them, taking their rights away from them. NBA's similar. All those products, you will get the NBA official logos. They don't have a Topps deal or anything like that, which is fine. Panini still runs the NBA. Not the best, but, that's like I was saying earlier. Guy like Music, dabbling in the card market, getting into it, new kind of buyer. That's what some of these streams will do to you. And like you said, Music ended up texting me, and I was like, dude, you got scammed. Like, you overpaid.
Pretty much.
For that card. And it sucks. It's a shitty fucking feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling like this fucking guy just robbed me on a card that's not worth jack shit. And, I actually learned the hard way, too. When I first got back into the hobby, I was buying some of these boxes. Oh, there's an autograph in this box? $40? Oh, I'll buy that. Yeah, no problem. I didn't want to get some fucking complete shit bum for an autograph. But I'm like, oh, this is a sick card, number to 25. Let's see what it's worth. It's like a rookie this. I'm like, all right, fucking card's worth the paper it's on. So that sucks. I could wipe my ass with that card tonight. So you got to be very careful when it comes to what brand and product you're buying from. You got to be careful of, who you're buying from as well.
Before we get into segments in a little while, I want to make sure I get this question in.
Yeah.
What's next for FATBOYZ Sports Cards? I'm not saying are you going to expand into Pokemon and stuff, but I know on our car ride over here, you brought up you guys might start a podcast. Do you think you're going to expand into YouTube, stuff like that, where you maybe review breaks, go over the boxes to buy? But I know you don't want to blow smoke up people's asses, but just saying, all right, you want to buy Panini, this, NBA?
No, so me and my buddy Tim have been talking, with the run the business. We have talked about that. My issue is there's so many TikToks, there's so many podcasts out there of guys like, hey, invest in these guys, or, oh, this box, buy this box. I pulled a, Josh Allen, this and that, or something like that, where, if we were to do the podcast, we would review, a case we opened, where it's like, you know what, these might be the 4 highest priced teams, the Texans, the, Orioles, D-backs, talking baseball, Colts. But if you don't hit that guy, you'd be better off puckering up because your night's over. It's a dead set. And that's where we'd be the honest part of actual podcasting, where it's like, hey, buy into breaks, but be wary. If you don't hit one of these guys, you're screwed. Where there is sometimes cheaper teams that you can buy that you might get good bang for your buck for. So we've talked about, venturing into that, not really telling people who to invest in, but more of like, hey, these are guys you like, go into that field. I'm never going to tell anybody to invest in somebody because 99% of the time, these people tell you to invest in someone and the card's already here. So you're investing in a card that's already at its peak, or could it go higher? Maybe, but the downfall is probably going to hit first. So that's what we've been talking about on there. We are trying to get on a few different platforms besides Whatnot. We're also branding into clothing. As you can see, I'm wearing a FATBOYZ t-shirt. These aren't for sale yet. We are potentially going through a rebrand. We're trying to make a different logo, get a little different color scheme going. So trying to get into some clothing, some golf shirts. We get a lot of guys that
I like the neon green you guys got going.
It's all right, but it doesn't work for like a t-shirt.
No.
It's not really a big t-shirt. Like we're trying to
Maybe like a Kelly green.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking about it. I was playing around with different schemes. You know, we're kind of more rebranding of like, I love the helmet and all, but we want to be able to like kind of sell the name. I want people to be able to be like, oh, that's FATBOYZ Cards, whether it's FBC or something, you know, because our slogan, and I meant to bring you guys some koozies. I owe you guys some koozies. Our slogan on our koozies and my t-shirt is rip responsibly. You know, be careful buying cards.
100%.
Like we said, it can be a financial holy fuck. And it could kill you. So we definitely talked about expanding into some clothing, some golf shirts. Podcast is definitely what we're looking at right now, you know, venturing into that space. So we're stay tuned for some new stuff for business here.
I like your ideas for the podcast, too, because you already mentioned for both of us, like what we're both doing is so oversaturated right now. So, like, when you do the YouTube, you could be like every other asshole and say, put all your money into Jackson Holiday,
Exactly.
but you're going to steer away, which will separate you. New content
you know,
opens
there's
up the market.
Right. There's other podcasts that will open up a box of cards live right there and be like, oh, I hit this. Oh, this is a nice card. For us, it would be more of reviewing a case of like, hey, you know, we ripped a whole case here. We did a live break. These are the teams that we feel carry some good value. Hey, we hit some nice color. We hit some nice autos. May not have been the most expensive team, but you might have made your money back if you're trying to sell some cards. So that's more of the avenue we're doing because there's so many guys out there that have TikToks and podcasts. Invest in this guy. Buy this product. This, that. You could buy a box tomorrow and you could hit 3 autographs of complete scrubs. And you'd be like, wow, I just dropped $400. Why don't I just bend over? This sucks. So, you know, that's kind of the avenue we're thinking about dabbling in and trying to help us expand because, like I said, we do have a really good core of followers, core group. And they're very excited to see what's going to be coming next. You know, they stick to us and they love hanging out with me. So that's a great question.
This is going back to when we were saying doing the break sometimes. If investing in the big teams could be a financial liability if you pull trash out of the packs.
Yep.
Do you think for someone who's just starting off, like personal collecting, that doesn't have too much money, would it be a good idea just to go after a cheap sleeper team and hope you get something?
If you're just getting into collecting, I would be very wary of, you know, where you are potentially buying into breaks. But yeah, there is, you know, certain cheaper teams that I see guys in my stream will be like, hey, I want those 3 teams. You know why? I've seen this product get open for the last 2 weeks and these guys' cards are flying out of there. These guys' autos are flying out of there. So there is value there. But, you know, if you're trying to get into sports cards, personally, a lot of guys, I would stick to just buying singles, which is just like a single card on eBay or even Whatnot or, you know, other sites. You know, breaks can be extremely financially burdened on people because they get super expensive sometimes. And
Yeah, but
it kind of gives you that rush of like a chase. It's like, holy shit, I dropped $400, I hit a Jackson Holiday card. And then it's like, all right, let me buy the next break. I'm going to buy, you know, this team and this team. And it's like, all right, now I'm down $1,000 and I didn't get a card in that second break. So that's the tricky part. Personally, if I was just starting to collecting, I would stick to just buying singles and, you know, dabbling with some smaller breaks. Don't go in there. If you're going to go and buy and break, don't go in there expecting to hit what you want to expect. Have high hopes, but you got to keep your hopes to a minimum where it's like, hey, if I don't hit anything, I'm okay. It's not if I don't hit anything, oh, fuck. I'm fucked.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I lost $300.
Right. You have to. You have
Like,
to have
oh
the money
shit!
to
I
spend.
lost $20. Lost $40. Like it is what
You know,
it is.
I mean, I'll just use that as an example. We've opened so much baseball product like Topps Chrome, Bowman, this, that. A lot of our guys like to buy cheaper teams. Colorado Rockies, a lot of their autographs fly out of the product. Cheaper. Maybe not the values there, but it's, you know, $40, $50 for a break to get a couple autographs. That's not too bad. At least you're walking away feeling like, hey, we got something here. You know, there's a lot of cheap teams, even in football. You know, we opened a football party a couple weeks ago. We hit, in one case, we hit 3 one-of-ones.
Damn.
We hit a Josh Allen 101, Guy sold that, made bank. We hit one of our buddies a Zay Flowers black rookie auto, 1 of 1. Sold that. He made out really well there. And then we hit like a Deshaun Jackson, like moments in time. It was like him returning the punt return against the Giants. That's 1 of 1. It wasn't a crazy high card. Sick card. Super sick PC piece for anybody that loves the Eagles or Deshaun Jackson. But like the 3 teams I just named, they weren't high. They weren't crazy expensive teams. Ravens are about mid-tier because they had Zay. And the Bills are the Bills. But at the time, it was just like Kincaid, and there wasn't much really there. But I just named 3 teams that didn't carry those big rookies that people spend on. So,
yeah. So unless anyone else has any other questions, my last question would be, why FATBOYZ cards?
So we've gotten this question before. One night, me and Tim were just sitting on the couch, and we were just thinking about, starting a business. And I said, dude, let's get in this sport cards business. I see people, complete thieves. Like, why don't we get into this business to be good guys? And we're kind of bouncing ideas about what we're going to do with the business. And I was like, all right, we got to come up with a name. And we just kind of looked at each other and went, FATBOYZ. And I go, cards. And we were like, boom, that's it, FATBOYZ cards.
I honestly don't think
Tim's got to gain some weight, though.
Yeah, he's real skinny. He's like a $105 soaking wet. And when he breaks every bone in his body.
Yeah, built like a grandpa.
Chasing to get food or just walking up a flight of stairs. But this is always, he joke around, fat boy, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And it literally, at random, FATBOYZ sports cards. And it just kind of took off from there. I don't know, people love the name. And I feel like it's cool.
I think it's a great name. It's simple.
It has a nice ring to it.
Yeah,
FATBOYZ cards at the end.
Like I said, the Z, you got to add the Z in there. And like I said, our slogan is rip responsibly. Be careful with buying into certain cards. And, it's a tough industry. It's a tough market.
I'm going to say, FATBOYZ is perfect for you guys because every time we're over the house, I think everyone just called each other FATBOY. Especially Tim. He's just like, what's up, FATBOY?
Right. He's one to talk. He weighs 105 pounds. So it's like, dude, you got grandpa legs. So what are you going to do? So
what are you going to do when I back you down on the post?
Yeah, right.
Nothing.
But, just to kind of wrap up the sports cards for anybody that doesn't know who we are, my name's Adam. Me and my buddy Tim run FATBOYZ cards. Been in this industry for about 9 or 10 months now. Truly loving it. If you guys are new into the hobby, anybody out there that's interested in collecting sports cards, if you want to find someone that's going to be fair and honest and tell you how it is straight up, come to FATBOYZ cards. It's who we are. You can ask our followers. You can look at our reviews on whatnot. People talk about how fair and honest we are. We're not in this to try to kill somebody. So
we're 100% going to put the link to his Instagram and whatnot in the bio down below too.
Yeah,
so you guys can find him pretty easy.
I got you guys as well on that. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys asking these questions.
No problem.
Feel like we hit everything. Like I said, I can't tell you who to invest in because I don't know who to invest in. It's really how it is. And going back to an early question with Cabral said the vulnerability, it's tough. Before COVID, during COVID, card market was through the fucking roof. Like, people were spending and buying and cards were selling. And now people don't really have that money right now. People are worried about, paying bills and shit like that and don't have that free paycheck anymore. So it's a little bit of a concern.
I don't think there's anything like just peeling that pack of cards open. You get such a rush.
To go back to the name thing, and I know I'm kind of dragging it here, guys. I apologize, but I love opening packs of cards.
Oh, it's fun.
It's one of the fucking best things in the world. Like, I have people say to me, Adam, how the fuck do you sit there with 3 cases in front of you and not open them? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it seriously takes some self-control. We have dabbled in our own product. We have. Me and Tim have literally opened a case to ourselves before. Because you're just like, dude, I love fucking opening the pack. Like, I gotta see what's in the fucking pack.
I know.
Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I just gotta open the pack. And it's like, it's such a rush. And when I'm live on camera, I think we get the jitters sometimes. We hit like a fucking banger. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, what the hell is this next pack gonna bring me? And just opening that pack, get you that rush. It's too much fun. I just love doing it. I don't really have any complaints besides that. So
When you open the pack, sometimes you take a sniff of it.
no, somebody.
I've seen people doing that.
Somebody had
Big win.
that.
They're like,
and,
oh yeah.
I've never taken a sniff of it. And you got the people that use the gloves too. just kind of creepy. Reminds me of like fucking doctor's office. I don't need the gloves on. All right, I wash my hands. I keep my nails clean. My hands are clean. I'm opening cards. That's how it is. But no, I've never sniffed the packs. But man, does it give you a rush opening packs of cards?
Moose sniffs his fingers.
Right after. Ooh, that one smelled like a Jackson Holiday autograph. Ooh, that one smelled like a fucking asshole autograph. Okay, but
I smell like your belly button.
oh shit.
Well, Adam, thank you for coming on the show. We're gonna keep him around, talk about sports. But thank you for coming on the show.
Listen, I really appreciate it. This helps us get our name out there a little bit. Like I said, thought about starting a podcast. I know you guys have one, so already threw you guys up on the IG story. Got a lot of guys waiting for the podcast tonight.
Nice.
Literally waiting for the link. They're like, dude, you got to send me the link.
Text them. It'll be up tomorrow morning.
So they're excited to hear about it. They're excited to hear my background on it and my advice into what it is. So I do appreciate you guys inviting me on. So anytime.
Yeah, no problem.
This definitely won't be the last time we have you on.
Let's hopefully blow up a little bit, get a little bit bigger. Then we come on and I got like sponsors or some shit. Doubt it, but hey, you never know.
Hey, we need the Zin sponsorship. That's what we need.
Zin sponsorship.
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up the interview with FATBOYZ card host Adam Cook. Let's get into some sports this week, boys. The sports equinox is finally here. We've been talking about it for weeks. It finally dropped. 2 days ago, we had some NBA going on, some hockey going on. It was absolutely electric. NBA, we had the Suns beat the Warriors late night, and then we had the Nuggets beat down the Lakers. Anthony Davis dropping 0 points in the second half.
That guy sucks.
Billy Glass.
Did anyone have any wagers on the NBA?
Hit a Celtics parlay, but I lost a lot too.
Wagers, none of it.
I had so many, but I just wanted to point out, it's looking good for Boston sports right now. Celtics obviously 1-0, got sketchy at the end, but Porzingis and Tatum are meshing, man. I'm telling you, they're playing off each other.
If I had a healthy AD or a healthy Porzingis right now,
chill.
I'm taking Porzingis.
But is this fair to say? Tatum and Porzingis meshed more, played off each other more in one game than Tatum and Brown have in 7 years.
And Brown still looked sloppy.
Brown lost.
Brown almost single-handedly lost us the game.
2 turnovers within 4 minutes.
And then the 3-point foul.
And then a 3-point foul.
Possessions in a row. Crazy. But then that Bruins rookie, too, another bright spot for Boston sports right now. What's his name?
Perios, something like that. I don't know if that's
He's 19.
Yeah,
yeah, he's nasty, but he's
Barrios.
He actually scored on Bedard.
Yeah, I saw that. But that kid has what, like 3 goals already?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And the Bruins are a nice swift 6-0 right now.
They're up 2-1 right now, too.
Yep. So we're about to go 7-0. Knock on wood. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I think these last 2 days have been a good reminder that NBA is probably the worst sport to bet on. Can we all agree on that?
Dog
it's
shit.
Absolute terrible.
I love it.
If you're betting on the NBA early season, bet the fuck out of unders right now. Guys aren't playing enough minutes.
Fair to say.
Bet unders, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I did hit one parlay yesterday. I hit like a free bonus bet on DraftKings, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I lost a bunch of parlays by one leg, and it's just like...
I had the craziest 13-legger for 1,000 yesterday I sent you, and Katie just needed one more assist, and he didn't get it.
Wow. Yeah, I would say stay away from the NBA props. Like, NBA, there's so many different stats compared to football. Like, you just have, like, yards and touchdown. But
I'd prefer money lines for NBA.
For
Can't
NBA?
touch the spread.
Yeah,
in the NBA.
can't touch the spread in the NBA.
Fucking team will be up by 20 and win by 2.
Bro, they're not going to hear you on the mic anyways.
Yeah, no, you're snapping into the mic.
But yeah, no, so we had that. I mean, the Frozen Frenzy a couple days ago was pretty awesome. Watched a lot of hockey. How'd you guys, did you guys tune in? What is he doing in the background?
You spill water all over the place.
Good fucking job, dude.
Just a little. Bro, I heard it splash like 4 times.
Anyways, did any of you guys tune in to the Frozen Frenzy?
yes, sir. NHL's back. NHL season, baby.
How was it?
Let's go.
How was the
That was the oh, actually, I didn't actually watch it on TV. The frenzy would
Oh, okay.
It's like the NFL red zone for the viewers that don't know.
Actually crazy.
I heard it.
I was just watching the games on my phone singularly.
I heard it kind of
wasn't watching the
struggled
frenzy.
opening night. I heard some people kind of complaining about it, but it's gonna be tough because it's like you got to bounce between goals, but you don't know when the fuck they're gonna score. It's a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like mainly fast breaks and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of cool though. That's kind of sick. So I have to tune in myself.
Yeah. So that's about all I have for NBA, NHL. I mean, obviously it's a long season. We can't break down game by game. Every fucking team. There's fucking 15 games every single night between the two. College football, there's really only one big headline right now. Michigan is obviously under investigation for sign stealing. My opinion on that is I think Deion Sanders made the best point. It's you still got to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have to say about it. I love me some college football, and I think Michigan's a fucking wagon this year. I mean, Kirby Smart came out the other day and said, yeah, there was no signs of them stealing signs. Yeah, they kicked their ass, so I guess that makes sense. But, I mean, I don't know. Going to be interesting. I mean, everybody's going to do it.
Yeah, I feel like everyone does.
Everybody already does it.
They do it in the NFL.
There was an interesting stat, though.
Everybody did it.
There was an interesting stat, though, that showed, the teams that Michigan, can't really study. In bowl games and stuff, that they're 1-6 against those teams. So I found that a little interesting. But I am under the belief that you still gotta stop it. Even if you're stealing the signs.
Yeah, I mean it's baseball do the same shit, the sign stealing stuff. So it's interesting. I don't know why the fuck you're such a big program doing that. You're fucking Michigan. You should be bringing in top 5. You should be bringing in top 5 stars recruits every year. What the fuck are you doing? So I agree with Swallow there. There got to be a stop to it. And very interesting stat for bowl season. So keep that in mind. December, January.
Speaking of Michigan, I heard on Boston Sports Radio earlier they're talking about if Mac's gone. Where do you think McCarthy now goes in the draft? Because Felger and Maz have him up as their third quarterback. Saying Caleb Williams, Drake May,
brain dead, dude.
McCarthy.
Yeah, they really are.
But J.J. McCarthy's good.
He's looked good. I don't know if he's gonna be an NFL caliber quarterback. He reminds me of more of a who the fuck was the guy for the Colts? My boy, Texas quarterback, Ellinger. That guy was liver breathed Texas football. Perfect Texas quarterback. Perfect college quarterback. J.J. McCarthy might just be one of those guys that he might get drafted but not pan out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I saw something. He's top 3 in Heitzman odds now. I think he might be one because Penix dropped. Yeah, Penix dropped down a little bit.
Dude, he might be the most handsome quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
McCarthy?
Brady?
Yeah,
Garoppolo?
the shaved face,
He literally reminds me of Zach Wilson, both for his NFL potential right now, and
I don't know. A lot of people are drooling.
He does kind of look like
a lot of people are drooling over Sam Hartman right now. I've seen on TikTok.
Yeah.
The mustache?
The mustache is kind of electric, not going to lie. I got to respect it. I don't know. He looks all right. I think he's good. That would be a guy that
I just meant his looks, not his... Yeah, no,
good-looking
that's
guy.
what I meant. A lot of people are drooling over Sam Hartman. Yeah, no Heisman for him.
He's no Jimmy G, but...
If you want to talk kind of draft stuff with Hartman, I can see him being a pretty successful quarterback because he's not one of those guys people are talking about. Might go late, and he kind of does what you want as a quarterback. He's not going to run. He's going to spread the field. So
I think it's just kind of sketchy because, what is he, 25 already?
Yeah, he's a little up there. He's 23, 24, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to get into before we get into NFL, I absolutely hate. I'm off the Colorado wagon. Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter have completely gone over their head, acting like celebrities, sitting at the front row of Denver Nuggets games like they're goddamn celebrities. And not to mention, it's after the week they got absolutely fucking embarrassed, blowing a 27 or 26 point lead at halftime.
Stanford, Jesus Christ!
I think that's absolutely a joke. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
yeah, I agree. But it also just let them live their life. I mean, it is what it is. They got a life outside of football, but.
I agree. You got to live your life, but it's like these dudes act like. Shadur Sanders was selling merch at halftime, and they lost the game. I mean, come on.
When you're making millions of dollars in college, what the fuck do you expect?
I get what you're saying too, though. Obviously they got to live their life, but they're acting like they're Tom Brady at these games, sitting, courtside at a Lakers Nuggets game.
Yeah,
well, he is Sanders' son, even if
I feel like it doesn't matter that he's Deion's son though. Deion can do that. He was one of the best of all time, probably one of the greatest athletes of all time. Deion can fucking do that. His son hasn't proved anything, to be honest. He's been good this year, but the past fucking 4 weeks, we've got blowouts from Oregon, fucking. You lost to USC. 27-point fucking blown lead to Stanford.
Yeah, I mean, for me, they just look like a team that came and got some hype, won a couple games, beat a crappy TCU team without an offense, and they're coming back to being the Colorado Buffaloes everybody knows. Yeah, they got a couple good guys, but it's going to take time for that guy to build a program over there. Is it nice to see a shitty college football team come out of nowhere, have a decent little record, have a little run? Yeah, it's great and all, but it takes time to build a program, so I kind of have to agree with Sval. I'm probably off the hype. Don't get me wrong. I like watching them. They like to score points. They can't stop anybody on defense. So it enjoys me because I bet the over. So
I do think Shedur's legit, though. Like that.
I think Shedur's legit,
Oh,
but
the
like
line.
I just
The
don't
line's
think he
fine,
should
yeah.
be acting like a celebrity.
No, which I agree.
Dude, I mean, not going to lie. If my dad was Deion Sanders and I was like 6'1", like Sanders, I'd walk around swinging my dick around like that too. I mean, fuck. It's tough. I mean, Travis Hunter might want to step down, but Deion walks around smug too. Let him be,
Yeah.
I guess.
So let's get into some NFL. We obviously didn't get to recap the Eagles and Dolphins game because we were recording during that time, and obviously the Monday night game was right after. But I feel like they were two important games where we have to talk about it on this show. We're going to start off with the Sunday night game. Cabral, you're going to be very pissed off at this statement, but I really do think that the Dolphins are on fraud watch right now.
I don't know about fraud watch, but it's definitely not great. But the amount of injuries we have, I'm not saying we would win. I'm not.
Here we go.
But I'm just saying frauds.
The injured
I actually got a notification as we were
Frauds.
during this that
Yeah.
Ramsey's back.
Sunday. But I was going to
So-
say, without our
That
top
sucks.
two corners,
Mhm.
without one of our better edge rushers, and without A-Chain, who looks like a rookie sensation. And Hill is banged up.
I mean, Raheem Mostert still had 11 touchdowns.
Wagon.
So,
yeah, no.
all I'm saying is that their wins are against the Patriots, the Giants,
Awesome team.
The Chargers.
For them to look legit, they have to beat one of these like dog teams.
I think this Chiefs game's so important
There's-
for them in 2 weeks.
Because honestly, like, was it close at one point against the Eagles? Yes, but the Eagles had that game through and through.
I think this Chiefs Dolphins game is important for both teams to prove themselves.
100%.
Yeah, and so just to clarify, like I said, fraud watch. They're
No, I
not
gotcha.
frauds yet. If they lose in like the first round of the playoffs, they're frauds because
100%.
there's been expectations set now that they could go to the fucking Super Bowl or AFC Championship game. But the fraud watch is on.
It's kind of like the Chargers last year, blowing that game. against
Oh, the
Giants.
Chargers are just complete frauds now.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking done. But yeah, so I mean, we had that game, and then we had the Monday night game. Bad loss for the Niners, and we did call that one.
And I just want to get on record saying
Seth.
I've been calling the primetime Kirk reverse since week 1, dude.
You did call that. You said it was reversed this year, primetime Kirk, and I mean, we were saying it like
We did witness the
He was
greatest
there.
primetime Kirk game ever. So
Goal.
yep.
You gotta do it.
Ever since that primetime game, Kirk has shined.
I love Kirk.
Yeah,
I think he gets way too much hate.
yeah.
you know, I mean, my thing on that game is I think people are starting to figure out Brock Purdy a little bit. I think they looked at the game tape from the Cleveland game where it was like this guy looked like dog shit, and teams are, starting to figure some things out because Minnesota's defense is fucking ass.
Yeah, it is.
So the fact that they made Purdy not look good, and then he had a concussion as well, but like they're supposed to be this dominant team, and teams are figuring them out. So it's interesting. The NFL they want to keep all these teams fucking equal.
Yeah, I definitely think it makes it more interesting now because
Absolutely.
obviously, the past like 6-7 weeks, like I feel like majority of people had the 49ers as like the undisputed best team in the league, and now it's like up for conversation now.
in our power rankings, weeks 1 through 5, we all said Niners no doubt won. Now
Yeah.
they're down to 4 for
Easy.
me.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I have them at 4, but I mean we're obviously gonna get into that. But yeah, I mean,
I've said this
I definitely think it makes it more interesting now. Like everyone had the Niners as like this unstoppable team. Now you drop 2 in a row to the Browns and the Niners, and you look pretty fucking vulnerable.
I've said this a million times, and everyone kind of like agrees. Purdy's not that good. I don't dislike him, but he's really not that
System
good.
quarterback.
Yeah, no. Any quarterback in the entire
You
NFL could succeed.
Lost to XFL Hall of Famer PJ Walker.
Our boy, Houston Roughnecks.
Guy won me a lot of
legend.
money, but it's a fucking XFL quarterback.
No,
Give me a break.
legit.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Darnold like looks better than Brock Purdy did last week.
I like Sammy D.
I think Sam Darnold sucks.
Oh, I think he's terrible, but like I could see it being that week where he just like shines, and then like they're gonna be having the conversation. Start him with Purdy, then like he's gonna start, and then he's gonna look terrible, and then be like go back to Purdy.
What do you think, Moose?
McCaffrey broke the NFL record, 16 straight games with a
You
touchdown.
just had to get that out there.
Had to throw that in.
Hey, if he's on your fantasy team, might as well brag that.
Yeah, I would too.
Anyone
blame
who
him.
bet McCaffrey anytime touchdown Monday, see me at the cash out counter.
I didn't bet McCaffrey anytime touchdown, but I did bet him 2 anytime touchdowns.
Even
That's sweet.
Made a nice wager. I did I did the McCaffrey 2 touchdowns, Ayuk 50 yards,
Easy money.
and then Kirk Cousins 225 yards. Could have got him at 300.
Should have threw the Vikings
And I should
money
have threw
line
the
in.
Vikings money line in there, but I still came out with a good dime. Can't complain. But yeah, I did this week in the NFL's very interesting.
That's how a white boy won the football.
I actually have like
Alright, we're
I
gonna
have
cut
an
that part out.
interesting, bro. This kid
I
always has,
quoted Stone Cold. Steve Austin.
All right, let's get into our.
wait. Hold. I actually have an interesting trivia question. If you seen me say it in the group chat, don't reply.
I didn't see
But what is the only team that has scored more than 20 points every week? It surprised the hell out of me.
Vikings.
Yeah,
No.
I saw the stat.
Yeah,
Pretty
don't
crazy.
say it.
Pretty
Don't say it. It blew my mind.
Crazy.
Not the Dolphins, not the Bills,
Yeah, it's
not the
not the
Niners.
Would it be the Browns?
No.
Nah.
That was going. I was gonna say Ravens, but it's not the Ravens. I don't think either. Is it? The Rams can't fucking score in the end zone, so I don't think so. They kick the most fucking field goals in the league.
Seahawks.
No.
No.
I would say the Ravens and the Dolphins.
No,
were like
well, wouldn't be
good
the
guys.
I would have
Ravens.
said
Those are the top
Ravens,
guesses.
but
It literally blew my mind.
Yeah, it's also kind
They
of
bottom
blew
tier
your
team.
mind.
The Texans.
No.
Cowboys.
I would say they're
No.
mid team. They're not bottom tier.
Mid.
Mid
Yeah,
team.
middle tier.
Don't give him a hint. Don't give him a hint.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's like it's actually
yeah, like
surprising.
One more hint, it's over.
The Raiders?
No.
Nah, they put up 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, well we got 12. They got 2 field goals and a touchdown.
We need to put our minds together.
Dude, I don't know. I'm going through all the fucking shitty teams right now.
Mid.
The Chargers? Nope.
No, he said the Chargers. Mid?
So I'm thinking-
I want to say like the Saints. Like that's a mid team.
I was
Nope.
thinking the Saints too.
No, the Saints don't score.
You already went through 15 teams probably. Like you literally wouldn't guess. That's how surprised I was. I
Can
was
we
like,
get
really?
a division?
No.
No, NFC,
AFC.
okay.
AFC.
AFC. Don't even tell me it's the Titans. No, I'm kidding.
It's
not.
fucking
I'm
suck.
kidding. Wow, this is tough though.
The Colts.
It is the
Oh,
Colts.
yeah.
Wow.
Colts.
Is that not like mind blowing?
No, that is
I
mind blowing.
don't know. Gardner Mania's look fucking good, and AR was just
Yes.
running around. So, but if I'm thinking about the good teams, I would never.
Yeah,
fucking
you wouldn't
in a
expect.
million
You
years
wouldn't
say
the
Colts.
only team that scored 20 points a game.
That's
Damn,
insane.
that's
That is
crazy.
an insane stat.
Good
That's
for
the
them.
NFL trying to make everybody equal. That team should suck.
Yeah.
We
So, without further ado, let's get into our next segment. NFL Power Rankings going into Week 8. Joseph, start us off.
All right, week 8.
You guys, bet.
I got Browns 10, Cowboys 9, Pittsburgh 8, Jaguars 7, Lions 6, Niners 5, Dolphins 4, Ravens 3, Chiefs 2, Eagles 1.
I got the Browns at 10, the Steelers at 9, the Cowboys at 8, the Detroit Lions at 7, the Dolphins at 6, the Jags at 5, Niners at 4, Ravens at 3, Eagles at 2, Chiefs at 1.
We got Seahawks 10, Bengals 9, Cowboys 8, Bills 7, Lions 6, Chiefs 5, Ravens 4, 49ers 3, Dolphins 2, and Eagles 1.
That list is delusional, but we'll get into it.
I got the Bengals at 10, the Browns at 9, Bills at 8, Lions at 7. I got the Ravens lower than you guys. Got them at 6. Jags at 5, Niners at 4, Fins at 3, Eagles at 2, Chiefs 1.
Yeah, I'll start with 10. I'm gonna go Houston at 10.
I like it.
I think Stroud's looked good this year. That defense looks good. Let's see, 9. I'm gonna go Cleveland. I like the Browns. 8, I'm going to say Dallas, even though I don't love saying Dallas there. 7, Seattle. I'm going to say 6. I'm going to go with the Jags at 6. I'm still going to say the Detroit Lions are at 5. I still think the Lions look good. Yeah, they're a little fraudulent, but 4. Did I say Baltimore? Baltimore 4. Oh, fuck. I fucked this up. Baltimore 4.
Fins?
I got to put Miami 3, but I left the 2 top teams. I was going to go Eagles, then Chiefs, but I forgot about the fucking Bills, so I missed them off the list. But I don't know. I mean, right now, maybe they're not top 10 in my book. You lost to the fucking Patriots.
Yeah,
There's no excuse.
My thing.
I could go out there, maybe catch a touchdown for the Patriots.
So with my power rankings, I don't reward bad behavior. So if you drop like a game that you should have absolutely won, you get a nice slap in the wrist and you get out of the top 10. You're done. See you later. They have a chance to do it tonight to come back into the top 10, depending on other teams and how they perform. Personally, I don't know how you can have the Dolphins in the top 3. I just don't. They've legit got like their asses beaten against 2 of the only good teams they faced.
Who did you have above them in the 3, other than the Chiefs, Eagles?
I have the Chiefs, Eagles, Ravens, Niners, and Jags over them.
Yeah, I probably would have done the same.
The Jags and Ravens both lost to bad teams, where the Dolphins have just lost to great teams.
The Ravens also kicked the shit out of the Detroit Lions, who are a very good team.
30 piece.
Are they, though?
30 piece.
Are they a very good team, though?
I think they are. I mean, they're 5-2.
I think they play good because of
They
Dan
didn't drop
Campbell.
70, though.
And then the Jags, they beat the Bills.
Yeah, London
Dolphins
game.
didn't.
Can't look at that game. Jags had an extra week of break.
Dolphins did not beat the Bills.
And Lamar lost to Gardner Minshew.
And Zach Moss.
And Zach Moss.
We've already talked about this before. You even said it yourself. That was a bullshit loss. Justin Tucker missed the field goal.
You did say that.
You said it yourself. And then even in the
You
Steelers,
might be a bigger might be a bigger fraud than Moose right now.
Bro, even in the Steelers loss, he was like, bro, all those drop passes, Lamar got screwed, honestly. I remember you saying
Yeah,
that.
but now it's time to pay dues. Say the Ravens are better than the Dolphins
They're
right
not
now.
better.
Yes, they are.
They have the same record.
Latavius Murray, bro.
Oh, fuck.
And Tua didn't lose to Minshew.
Did you get an alert?
He lost to Hurts and Allen.
I need James Cook.
You shitting me?
And I was more mad about the drops because there were Zay Flowers drops. We have on my
I know.
fantasy roster.
And Bateman dropping it in the end zone.
Bateman sucks.
Yeah, Bateman sucks.
It's too bad. I thought he was going to be good.
I love Zay, though.
Rookie cards were selling for a little bit. Already.
But I think what's impressive about the Jags is that they played like 2 London games and then they had to go back and then who they verse on the did they verse on the road or at home?
Beat the Colts.
They beat the Colts.
Why do I feel fucking loud, Marty?
The only thing about the Jags, don't get me wrong, great team. I like them a lot. I'm not putting them over Miami because Miami, the offense, I believe, is so much better than the Jags. I'll give Jags the edge on defense right now, but also Miami's defense has been banged up the whole year. But I like the Jags a lot.
Shout out Van Ginkel.
Yeah, as my honorable mention, I had Jags. I probably should have put them up at 9, honestly, over Bengals.
You didn't have them in the top 10?
Yeah,
listen.
I'm a
mention.
big Bengals guy, but I can't put them at 10 yet.
Yeah.
They're 3-3.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I agree
If
with
they
that.
beat the Niners this week, I could probably put them at 10
They're
or 9.
dogs.
Yeah, I should have slipped Jags in there.
They're dogs this week.
Anything else?
No.
That's about it.
Wait, can we go over Moose's list real quick? What were the other fraudulent
Let's go
things?
over it.
Let me take a look at this
I
thing.
just got Bengals, Cowboys, and Seahawks in there, but
Cowboy the 8's a little high. Browns are better than them. But what do we got next up? We going spreads?
Next up is our pick'em and spread competition. So obviously the Bills and Bucks game has obviously started. So right hand up. What'd you guys pick?
Bills.
I think I had the Bucks spread, Bills money line.
I had the same.
How the hell did you touch the Bills money line? It was like -3 something.
Well, I didn't bet it, but
It's for the pick'em.
I got you.
yeah, right now I have Bucks plus 9.5 and Bills money line.
All right, Sunday slate. We got Philadelphia favored by 7 against Washington.
Am I in these picks this week?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
jump
we
in.
go.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Just checking. Just wanted to see how it is.
All right, Joe, start us off.
My fault.
What is it?
Philadelphia
Hold
at
up.
Washington.
Hold up,
7-point
Adam's
favorite.
going to say his Thursday night pick.
Oh yeah.
Same as you guys. I would do Bills straight up, and I'd take Bucks spread. I probably would have bought it to 10, to have that safety bill. Yeah.
I have Philly straight.
They don't. These guys don't believe in buying extra picks.
You always buy a fucking extra point. I've lost.
talk
too many
about
Not
money.
on the show, dude.
Talk about
Not
rookies.
on the show. You got to make sharp picks.
Tout buying a half.
There's
You guys
nothing wrong with buying
you
a
guys
half
gotta help
point
the
or a
people.
whole
There's
full
nothing.
point.
There's nothing wrong with it. But if you're gonna be a
You
fucking
lose a spread
betting
by
guy,
a half point. You don't want to blow your brains
Yeah,
out.
you're pulling your hair out.
Yeah, you're gonna want it. But I'm just saying, as a show, you need to be sharp.
Understand?
You can't be buying points like
Guess the
making picks.
I mean,
You're right.
0.5.
if you
or
want
1
to do
point's
that
not
on your
that
own,
bad.
there's nothing wrong with that. No shame in
All
that.
right, let's get into this pick for the Commanders.
Yeah, let's jump into the next game.
All right, well,
I
you're
already
fucking
did.
up.
I already started it.
You're up, dude.
I'm up. Oh shit, my bad. Eagles -7. Eagles money line.
I'm also riding Eagles -7.
All right, we are clean sweeping Philly. This worked out very good for us last week.
No, it is the same thing. I think the Commanders fucking below.
Yeah, I do too. I think they're in a tough stretch.
Team sucks.
Next game, very interesting one. Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. Jacksonville's favored at 2.5.
I'm gonna ride Jacksonville here.
I've been on Pittsburgh like all season, to be honest, and they've been a pretty good team. My only dumb pick for them was against the 49ers. I wanted to take them against the Ravens, and I didn't pull the trigger. I took their spread, though. But Tomlin as a home dog is crazy against the spread.
Love it.
So I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Great pick.
Money line?
Yep.
Me too. I'm taking Steelers outright and +2.5.
I'm going to aim for the 1-1 here. Give me Jags money line, Pittsburgh spread.
2.5. It's basically a win.
That's why I'm
I
going
mean,
for
it's
the
tough.
1-1.
I kind of have to agree with Follow. Seeing Tomlin as a home dog is insane. I just don't love the Steelers' offense. I still think Kenny Pickett kind of blows. Defensively, I think they're legit. I think the Jags might be tired, but I'm going to take double Jags on this one.
Gotcha. All right. Next game. Not a big fan of this one. New Orleans at Indianapolis. New Orleans is favored by 1 point.
Give me the Colts money line.
I'm going to do the same, just purely out of spite. I don't like the Saints.
Just based off that stat that I said, like New Orleans can barely put up 20 points themselves.
yeah. 1-6 against unders.
Taking Colts +1 and Colts money line. Nice home underdog here. Gardner Minshew coming off a big game last week, even though they couldn't pull it off against the Browns defense.
I think this is the letdown spot, but again, for our competition, going for the 1-1. Saints money line, Colts +1.
That's a coward move.
Dude, he does it every time.
Got it.
You don't do that with a 1 point spread.
a fucking
That's when you do it with
no,
the 1
it's
point
no-
spread.
You'd be
What'd you
surprised.
go
I
with? Saints spread, Colts money line?
No, I want the dogs money line. Whoever the dog. I mean the
So
dogs
Colts
spread.
one, so
Like
Dog
plus
spread.
100.
so Colts +1, Saints money line.
Yes.
That's
the fuck
crazy.
out?
That's a coward move.
I need 1-1.
Every time.
Kid just wants to win the record.
I do want to win the record.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. I think this is my lock of the week. It's the Colts. Outright, spread, there's no point for the spread. I mean, 1 point. I don't
Lock
know
of
what-
the year.
Not lock of the year, but it's definitely my number one pick this week. That's the one I'm going to be hammering.
So you have Colts money line, right?
I have the underdog spread and the favorites money line. I don't know which one's which.
So Colts spread, Saints money line.
Yes.
That's such a coward.
Playing it safe.
All right, next game, Houston at Carolina. Houston's favored by 3.5.
I'm gonna take Houston.
I feel like this is a letdown spot for the Colts. Everyone's going to be shitting on the Panthers. I'm going to take Carolina.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Letdown spot for the Texans. My bad. Thank you, Cabral. But yes, I'm going to take Carolina outright.
Damn.
I made the crazy pick with the Vikings last week, and it worked out.
I know. They got to get a win sometime. Is it this week, though? I'm going to be taking Texans -3.5 and money line. Are both these teams coming off a bye?
Both of them are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them covered by.
That's interesting.
Who's the home team? Sorry.
Carolina.
Yeah, give me the Panthers spread Texans money line. It's 3.5. I just need the field goal, baby.
I don't disagree with 3.5.
See, that's fair.
If it was
That's
2.5,
Especially 3.5.
Doing it with 1 point
That's
though is
fair.
crazy.
1 point spread is.
if it was 2.5, I would have wrote Texans for both.
I gotta double down on Houston here. I do think it could be a letdown, especially with the rookie matchups. It's gonna be a lot to watch, and the way Young has looked with Thielen this year has been kind of scary. So you could definitely see that team winning. But I'm gonna double down with you guys on Houston. So
All right. Next game, we got the Rams at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 6.5.
It's going to be a good game,
This
in
is-
my opinion.
Call me crazy, but I'm gonna ride the Rams.
Not too crazy for that.
Yeah, I don't think that's too crazy. I think the Cowboys could drop this one, but I'm going to personally take Dallas money line, Rams spread. I think Rams keep it close.
I like that.
At least 6.
I like that. I do have Cowboys money line though. Cowboys money line, and then I'm gonna tell you with Rams plus 6.5. I like that.
I'm going to double down on the Rams here. I'm going to take them outright.
as a Rams diehard fan here, I just see them getting absolutely ass pumped by the Cowboys this week. I don't even know if that spread's gonna be close. I just lost to fucking the Steelers on some bullshit. I want to take the Rams spread. I guess I'll lean that way, but I think Dallas gonna win by fucking 14-21. Easy.
Bounce back game for the Rams.
So yeah, Stafford better fucking start throwing some footballs around here or something.
All right. Next game, we got Atlanta at Tennessee. Been saying it all season. Don't know what the hell Tennessee is, and quite frankly, really don't know what Atlanta is.
Dude, I mean, give me Atlanta, but Arthur Smith, I literally can't stand him.
Why not?
Did you see that video I sent you on Twitter this morning?
No, I did not.
But he's talking about like politics and stuff, like trying to like sneak away from the Bijan, like.
Bullshit.
Dude, I don't even know.
But yeah, I have Atlanta outright, Tennessee spread. I could see this being like a fucking last-minute Younghoe coup field goal to take the lead by like 1. This isn't for like the picks or whatever, doing the Cabral scheme, just trying to get a point out of it. This is like I could legitimately see Younghoe Koo like hitting a game-winning field goal to win by like 2 or 1 point.
I also think this might be the last time we see Derrick Henry in a Titans uniform.
Yeah, I heard he's on the
I'd say
trade
he's
block.
gone. I'd say he's gone.
Ravens,
Yeah.
please.
You're not a Ravens fan.
Dude,
You lost.
shut up.
You lost
He loves
every.
Lamar. Give the guy a break.
I did.
No,
one
did you
pick.
I'm not even normally on
Did,
here.
did,
did
you
one
tune in?
pick,
Did you
dude.
tune in last week?
I did bounce
He
in.
picked the
Bro,
Lions.
one pick.
It's one pick.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
pick against the Rams all the time.
Doesn't
One
doesn't
pick,
matter.
dude. It's one pick. And
Doesn't-
it wasn't. It's not like I said.
No,
last
but then
show.
he comes on the show. And he's like, "Yeah, Ravens.
I had a great time.
Ravens
watching that
block."
Lamar Jackson scored
Hey,
all
he's doing
my.
it right. He took the Lions, but he wants the Ravens to win. It's like
Yep.
a gambler's mindset. You hedge. You know it's going to be a loss. but
That's
you
not
want
a
the Ravens to win.
reverse
Absolutely, do it all the
psychology.
time.
That he
Did it
he
during
pulled,
the-
Exactly.
He
Thank
pulled
you,
a
Adam.
fraud.
Did it
Thank
during
you,
the
Adam.
Rams Super Bowl
He
run. I
pulled
bet
a
against the Rams
fraud
every game.
move.
Yup.
You're a fraud.
Nope. It was a great move.
All right, make your pick.
Okay, so usually I've been going against the Falcons, but
Rid of me this.
rid of me this, rid of me that. I think I might be going with Falcons -2.5 and money line. I did see something that the Titans might be starting up Will Levis this week, so
Yeah, playing both.
we'll see his first action.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons too, purely based off of Levis' first career game, and I honestly don't think he's going to come out and be that good.
All right. Next game, we got the Battle of New York.
We got,
the
look.
Jets.
Adam still got a pick.
Oh yeah, my bad.
You're good. I'm going to double down on the Falcons. I think Tennessee fucking sucks. To go back to that Bijan shit, there's some bullshit there.
No, that was bogus.
Here's the thing. This is how I
Yo,
look
tell
at
him the
it.
Vegas thing you
This is how I
told me.
look at it, right? Vegas voids all props if that guy doesn't touch the football. Right? He played 4 snaps. Why are you giving him the fucking ball with 50 seconds left in the game? 1 carry?
That's a good point.
Are you shitting me?
I never thought
Don't
about
fucking.
that.
This is what I mean by there's some fucking collusion with this shit. Why are you giving the guy a snap, Mister? I got a headache with 50 seconds left in the game. Give him a snap in the first quarter and tell him he's softied up, but don't do that. That's bullshit. Atlanta. will double down.
That is a great point. I
It's
didn't
fishy,
even
some
think of. I
fishy
didn't even
shit.
think of that. And I'm a big like Vegas call kind of guy.
Been doing it for too long.
Yeah.
9 years old.
All right. So like I was saying, battle in New York. We got the Jets and the Giants. Jets are favored by 3.
I'm gonna take the Jets here.
I'm also going to take the Jets.
We clean sweeping here. I got Jets -3 in money line. They're honestly looking pretty good, even with Zach Wilson.
Yeah. We said it at the beginning of the season. Zach Wilson can be like a game manager type of guy, and the defense can get it done. They can go to the playoffs, get Aaron Rodgers back with his little ayahuasca trips.
Love it.
Is Tyrod officially starting again this week?
I think so.
I don't know. I haven't seen much, but
They look better with Tyrod.
They do.
Give me the Giants spread, but give me the Jets money line.
You're a coward.
It's 3-point spread. Battle in New York.
Now it's starting to get a little cheesy.
Dude, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's just robbing us blind.
hey, he's the last guy to pick.
Hey, I'm like the opposite of Fat Boys.
Yeah, thanks.
So you're taking Jets money line, Giants outright?
What? No, other way around.
Dude.
I said I want
Giants +3.
Yeah.
Giants +3, Jets money line. I'll get mine quick. I'm doing double Jets. I think Tyrod Taylor is going to get sacked about 8 times, so it's going to be a joke of that offensive line. Unless the big boys are back, you don't know, but I think they get killed.
Anyone know if Sauce Gardner's back?
I don't know.
I don't.
I know he missed, I think it was maybe their last game or 2 games ago he missed.
They didn't even need him
Hopefully
against
he's back.
the Eagles, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it was against
That
the
last
Eagles.
pick, though, seemed a little fishy. If you guys watched that, he threw it to literally the defender.
Yeah.
So,
So next game, New England
No, he's
at
hurt.
Miami.
He's hurt.
Miami is 9.5 favorites.
Dude, I'm just gonna be a bias. I'm just gonna take the Patriots.
I
Outright?
don't hate it.
Outright?
I honestly,
Yeah.
I honestly,
Parlay.
I honestly don't hate it. I'm gonna take Miami win, Patriots spread. 9.5 points is a lot.
I'm taking Dolphins. Double down on the Dolphins here. I think they have a bounce back after the Eagles loss.
We only lost against 7.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull the Moosic, and I do it every week. I always double down on my fins. Doing it again here. I would never fade my own team like someone I know.
Yep, that's respectable.
Pats spread, Dolphins money line. I do think the Pats get fucking ass pumped this week, though. But just
Yep. All right, next game. We got Minnesota at Green Bay. Last time you said the Green Bay Packers are favored now?
when I last checked, it looks like they're -1. Let me check it out. Let me see. It might be the other way around. Vikings.
Last time I checked, Vikings were 1.5 point favorites.
I'm looking at right now. Vikings -1.5. That is correct.
All right.
So Green Bay has to bounce back at some point. I'm gonna go Green Bay money line.
Yeah, honestly, I think this week there's too many people going to be on the Vikings after beating the Niners.
100% is a trap.
I agree with that. I'm just still going to ride Minnesota. I've been saying it all year. I don't think they're as bad as their record.
Dude, it's not prime time.
It is in
What a
prime
fucker.
time.
It's not a Saturday either.
Kirk Cousins still hasn't had a bad season as a whole, though. Like, he really hasn't been that
up
bad
some
at 1
numbers.
o'clock either. But, yeah, I'm taking the Vikings. I like the Vikings.
Yeah. I'm not too sure what my lock of the week's going to be. I got Vikings right now, but after what you guys just said, I'm kind of leaning Packers. But I got Vikings -1.5 in money line, doubling down.
Cabral?
Give me the Packers outright. I just think this is a letdown spot for Minnesota.
All right. Next game, Cleveland at Seattle. I don't believe Deshaun Watson's playing. And when I checked, Seattle is 3.5 point favorites.
Wait, who did you take for the Vikings team, though?
Green Bay.
Green
Double
Bay.
down.
I'm gonna go Seattle here. I don't know if the Browns can keep winning with PJ Walker.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do think this is going to be a game where Vegas, where people bet heavy on the Seahawks, and somehow the Browns pull it out.
Yep.
I mean, they have won 2 games with
Watch
PJ Walker, so I'm going to take Seattle, though, and be safe with it.
Kenneth Walker might not play either.
Yeah. Music?
Yeah, I'm doubling down on the Seahawks. I'm a believer in Geno. I like him.
Browns outright. I have a weird feeling this week.
I respect that.
Yeah, I do Browns alright as well. I think I don't know. Seattle at home is gonna be tough, but defensively, you gotta see what happens. This one of those games is gonna go both ways. We'll see.
All right. Big one. Cincinnati at San Fran. San Fran's 3.5 point favorites. Brock Purdy out. Darnold in.
I'm gonna go Niners.
I gotta ride with my boys, Cincinnati Bengals. Unlike some other people on this podcast that don't ride with their teams.
This is that game that we were gonna go to.
You guys going to San Fran?
We wanted to.
Yeah. So last thing I saw, Purdy was limited, so he may play.
Want to?
I was looking at Bengals at first, but I mean, fuck it. Whether it's Purdy or Sam Darnold, we're rolling with the Niners minus 4.5.
Sam Darnold, hey Arnold, no matter. San Fran minus 3.5 is what you just said.
Yeah.
Give me the Bengals outright. I think they're starting to heat up, and I think this is where they get back to their usual selves.
Bengals spread, Niners money line. I just don't think I could see them losing 3 in a row.
I was just about to say that. I don't think,
I don't think
the
the
Niners
NFL
dropped
West
3 in a row.
And
After
Bengals
going like
coming off a
5-0,
bye.
being so dominant, there's no way they
The
dropped
bye
3
will
in a
definitely
row.
help the Bengals, but I just don't think. Even Sam Donald stinks, but just run the fucking ball.
A playoff without Joe Burrow, though?
I'd be
Who
happy
wants
with
that?
it.
I wouldn't.
Who cares?
Does it affect you?
Nah, I could see, if Sam Darnold plays, I could see McCaffrey getting around 30 touches. Be prepared.
All right, next game. Baltimore at Arizona. Baltimore minus 9.5.
Yeah, just hammer Ravens, dude.
Yeah, I got the Ravens too.
Arizona hasn't covered in like 4
You
weeks.
gonna pick the Ravens this week?
Ravens, baby. Ravens flock, rise up.
I'm cutting that part out. You're a fraud.
I think we might be clean sweeping here, because I'm taking the Ravens too.
Yeah, I've been the Cardinals whisperer too, so I
Yeah,
think
you know.
they don't
I gotta
cover.
listen to you.
Yeah, so my sources tell me Cardinals aren't covering.
Easy
the spread.
double down on the Ravens there. The Cardinals are fucking frauds. This team sucks. I don't care.
I
if they
wouldn't
can-
even call them frauds.
Well,
They
they covered all the
they never
spreads.
had expectations to begin with.
Well, that's the part. That they're just playing. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Some of these teams.
Kyler Murray's been practicing in full. Maybe gets a start on Sunday. I feel like maybe they'll hold him out one more game, but he is practicing, so don't be surprised if he gets a start Sunday morning.
Next game, Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City minus 7.5.
It's KC, dude. Like, you don't even have to ask me.
Yeah, I also have KC.
KC double down. Patrick Mahomes never lost to the Broncos.
Another clean sweep, unless Adam switches it up. Chiefs double down.
No, I mean Denver looked good one game against them and actually looked okay, but I don't see that happening. KC by a mile. Double
Yeah.
down.
All right, the primetime game everyone wanted. Chicago at the Chargers.
Let's go.
Chargers
Shootout.
minus 8.5.
I'm honestly sick of watching the Chargers, but I'm just gonna take Chargers money line.
And spread?
Yep.
I'm going big on this one, boys. Tyson Bagent's about to give us the primetime game of your fucking lives. Give me the Bears. Outright.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
That game in Chicago?
No, it's in LA.
Okay.
But the thing about the Chargers game
Chargers
is
suck.
that Chargers never really have fans that go to their game.
Philip Rivers 2.0 is there.
Yeah.
4 o'clock?
Yeah, I really wanted to go with Bears spread, but I mean Tyson Bagent. Like, am I really taking that?
Guy lit it up
That's how
last
I
week,
feel.
dude.
That's how
I
I
know.
Tyson
I
Bagent.
know.
He beat the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, like it was Brian Hoyer Raiders. I mean, like give me Chargers 8.5 and money line. Fuck it.
Give me the Chargers money line, Bears spread.
That's respectable. 8.5 point spread.
Yeah, same as Cabral, but I could easily see that game
Being 40
a
nothing.
fucking
Being
blowout.
Bears win.
Bears losing by 35 on prime time, and why are we giving them? I don't know about you guys. Why are they getting another prime time game?
I don't know. It's like the
They already got the Thursday night.
That's what I said.
the shit outta here.
The primetime game everyone wanted.
Remember the Broncos last year though, because they thought they were going to be nasty.
It's so fucking tiring. They don't even have good prime time games.
Do you remember the Titans though?
Shut the
I fucking hate the Titans.
They feel good. All right, last game. Vegas at Detroit. Detroit 7.5 point favorites. Joseph.
Detroit money line.
What about spread?
Yeah.
I also have that. I think the Lions. Dan
Dude.
Campbell's gonna have them
Who's at
fighting
home?
kneecaps, ankles.
Lions
The
at home?
Lions are home. Dan Campbell's going to have them biting kneecaps, ankles, maybe even some penises. Who knows?
Whoa.
Bro, watching Brian Hoyer start at quarterback, he's the same age as Josh McDaniels.
Should be our boy Aiden O'Connell.
It should be O'Connell.
Yeah, I also saw that Jimmy G, he's likely.
I did see that.
Is he?
He's probably playing, yeah.
I'm still going to take Detroit. They just got smoked. They got to bounce back.
Yeah, I do like Lions minus 7.5 and money line as well.
We clean sweeping, bro.
I don't know if Jimmy G's playing. I like Vegas spread.
Yeah, no.
Then yeah, so I'm just gonna play it as he's playing. So yeah, Vegas spread, Lions money line.
All right, that wraps up.
What about Adam?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Double down Detroit. Make it easy for you guys.
Double down Detroit. All right, that wraps up our Week 8 Pick'em and Spreads. Podlays. Boys, got to sharpen up this week.
Last
Last
week
week was
for you
tough. We went 2 overs.
Fucking Josh Allen's hurt. You're
and
shitting.
1 2 for 4.
Every week's tough.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, we're coming in hot this week, fellas. We got to lock in on these picks. We got to get a winner out there.
Yeah, so I'm going to start out with our game lines. I'm going to go Philly minus 7.
I like that. Joe, who are you looking at?
Strictly business this week.
I got to look in the group chat. I sent it earlier.
I got a couple picks. I don't really know who to go with. I'm not too locked in on it.
I locked in the Texans money line.
Texans minus 2.5.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs minus 7.5 here.
All right, Music, you're up. Remember, we can take over, unders, team totals.
Yeah, that's your lock.
I was just thinking, for the sake of it, let's let Adam just put his pick in there. But if they want to just take the parlay, they can, or just throw Adam's pick in. For
Okay.
the hell of it.
I mean, like I said, I kind of already gave it to you guys. It's Colts. Colts outright. That's my lock of the week. I'll be sad Sunday at 4:30, but that's my lock of the week.
All right, Music. Just spit it out, dude.
Fuck.
We don't have time.
This is, dude, you're playing with my phone.
Josh Allen, you bitch.
You want me to? Alright, fuck it. Give me Ravens.
So this isn't your pick. This is Cabral's pick.
Nah, I got
You didn't even have faith in the Ravens.
I have
You
three
were like,
different.
should I? I don't know.
I have three.
I don't
different
know if I
picks.
believe in the Ravens.
Well, I don't really like the middle pick, but it's either Vikings or Ravens. But you guys are all
So
saying.
you're saying you don't have faith in the Ravens, though?
No, I like them.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll take Ravens minus 9.5.
Big spreads were taken. All right, props. I'm going to start out. A.J. Brown over 89.5 reception yards.
With this streak going on, that's a great bet.
He's gone over 125 5 straight games.
Been a wagon.
And against the Commanders, I don't see that stopping.
I'm going to go Nico Collins over 56.5 receiving yards. That guy's been money kind of all year.
56.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Nico this week. That's a
Oh,
good pick.
okay.
When I looked, they didn't have the yards up, but I'm just going to go Keenan Allen over yards.
Yeah, I just want to say something on the game line parlay. If you guys want to buy a point or half a point to get around a key number, go at it.
Yeah, if you ride it, of course.
For the prop, we're going with Jordan Addison receiving yards. Not sure what it's at. Should be around high 60s. I would guess.
You want me to add one? I would take an alternate over on Cooper Kupp's receiving yards this week. It's at 84.5. I would honestly take an alternate up to a 110.
I think he's in for a monster week.
He had a quiet week last week. Stafford's going to get him going. Watch. He's going to break a fucking slate like no other.
All right. Anytime touchdowns. I had Breece Hall getting in the end zone this week.
I like
Fresh
that a
legs,
lot.
coming off a bye against the Giants defense.
I have a Lamar anytime touchdown.
I'm going to be going, I know he only has one on the year, but I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to be the one to screw us, and I'm apologizing in advance. Because Dan Campbell's going to give Craig Reynolds the touchdown.
Yeah, probably.
I'll be taking Austin Eckler, Sunday Night Football.
2 in a row for Eckler.
He's got to score at some point.
I know, yeah,
He
that's
has
what I'm
to,
saying.
right? If you guys want to throw in a road juice one, Gardner Minshew, anytime touchdowns.
Yeah, he scored
that's
2 last
crazy.
week.
Watch. That'll juice up the parlays.
All right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So, to wrap up the show, Buccaneers. Pick it off.
Buck
all
spread.
right.
Buck spread, 9.5.
Wrap up the podcast. We're going to do a horror movies draft. Ooh.
Spooky season's arising, folks.
Ooh.
with Adam here, do we want to just put him at the front, give him first pick?
Dude, I don't. You guys do your own thing.
All right. Well,
You're good. Do the
So
draft.
we'll try and make it quick. I know this is a long show. If people are actually listening.
draft order is Music, me.
I
We'll
have
get him to
last pick.
listen. Trust me. They're gonna listen.
Moose, Joe,
No, I'm
Cabs,
I have last.
me, and Joe. All right, Moosic, first pick.
All right, there's obviously a lot of classics out there. It's a 1.1 overall. I'm gonna just go with probably the most known horror movie. Oh, so also, if there's multiple movies, like you get all of them, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we'll go with Friday the 13th. There's so many movies, like over 20.
I respect that, but I'm going with the real classic. Give me Halloween, Michael Myers.
I'm gonna go with Get Out.
I was
number
looking
one.
at that. I wasn't sure if it's considered, but I think
I'm
It's a horror
considering.
movie.
I'm
At number
considering
one,
it a
huh?
horror movie.
That's your top pick?
I
So
love Get Out.
with the back-to-back for me, I'm gonna go The Shining 1,
Ooh, that's a great pick.
great movie.
and then Hereditary 2.
You just come back. You said you wouldn't take it.
That's a great.
I said I wouldn't
That's
take
a
it first
great
round.
first pick.
I'm gonna take a classic, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, now Goddard wants to score.
Yeah, baby. How's that feel, bro?
Not good.
I like it.
It's Fowl's turn.
I just picked Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Give me the Scream franchise. There's the classic. I love
Such
those movies.
stupid movies.
They're hilarious, though. Get stabbed 80 times. Still alive.
Moosic, double pick.
This might not be a fan favorite, but it's one of my favorites. I'll take Saw.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Thank you.
Fucking love the Saw movies. How and why? I don't
we
know.
will be taking the Insidious franchise.
Ooh, those are two picks that I actually watched. Those stupid
That's a
movies.
really good one, too. Give me It.
Oh my god, that's not even a scary fucking movie.
I know we've been through this like in detail. Like it's more of a comedy.
You're a clown.
I can't say what I would say on the podcast about that movie. We'll keep going.
Yeah. All right. With my next pick, I'm gonna take The Conjuring.
Good pick.
All right, with my
Wait,
back-to-back,
didn't you just take that?
I'm gonna go Silence of the Lambs, and then I'm gonna go Jaws.
Really? They consider Jaws horror?
I wasn't sure to either. I would. I would.
I'm gonna take Exorcist.
Oh,
Is this the last round or one more after this one?
There's one more.
All right. Damn it! You just fucked me up with Exorcist. Give me Midsummer.
Midsummer. Never heard of
You have back-to-backs?
You do.
Ari Aster,
Oh,
director of
I have two
Hereditary.
picks right here?
Three.
Mm-hmm.
2
That
picks?
is a good pick.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many horror movies, but honestly, the only last 2 I have on the list. We'll take the Texas Chainsaw franchise.
another great
Is
franchise.
it gonna take the Texans?
Yeah, we'll
Spread?
take Texans spread 2.5. And I've honestly never seen this one, but it was number 1 on this rankings that I looked up. Alien.
You've never seen Aliens?
I've never seen
Nah.
it either.
Have you seen Predator?
Yeah, I've seen the Predator and
I was
like
gonna
Predator
say.
versus Alien and those franchises, but I never saw the movie Alien.
Dude,
All
Ripley?
right, Cabral, last pick.
Give me Hubie Halloween.
That is fucking gross.
That movie's hilarious.
That's actually fucking disgusting.
Charlie Brown and the Pumpkin Patch.
I'm gonna take Cocaine Bear. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say what?
Sharknado.
Shit. I'm gonna take. Give me A Quiet Place.
I was gonna take that. All right. Oh, dude.
He's gonna take it. I guarantee it.
What?
With the
me?
last pick.
No, I don't think you're thinking of what I'm thinking of. I'm gonna go with another classic, Cillian Murphy, 28 Days Later.
I never saw that.
Probably the best zombies movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna take The Walking Dead. I'm kidding.
That's such a Moosic answer. Like, The Flash.
The
right.
MCU draft. The Flash.
Well,
Aquaman.
that about wraps up the show. Adam Cook, thank you for coming. Follow FATBOYZ cards. Buy some cards off of them.
Thank you,
Rip it
brother.
up with the boys. Why not? Have some fun. Or at least, even watch the streams. They're fun to watch. I watch them, whenever I get the chance.
I appreciate
They're
that.
super fun.
One last thing. We're on Apple Podcasts now and Spotify, so tune in. All links will be in description. Our links, FATBOYZ Cards links, all the links, baby. Check them out. Follow us up.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Love you guys.